Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's Perspective for Tuesday, April 17th, 2018. Okay, I want to talk about for a few minutes things that are literally destroying lives. Destroying lives. Destroying relationships, destroying futures, destroying absolutely the easy stuff like careers and jobs. I'm talking about secrets, and I'm talking about the amount of energy and weight and intentionality that it takes to keep secrets hidden, and to keep them stuffed down and to keep them buried inside of us. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Kendra. And so even as I was going through what came to mind to speak with you about, I'm like, oh my goodness, Hollie, that's so heavy and ugh. Well, guess what? If it's heavy to talk about, imagine how heavy it is to live in that. Hey, Doug. And so that's what I wanted to just spend a few minutes around with you. People all around us. I'm not talking about anything you got to read about or, oh yeah, I heard about this issue over there. People all around us are dying, are walking dead, are walking on life support, either emotionally or even physically. Good morning, Mother. And it doesn't look like it because we're still operating and we're still going to work and we're still going to school every day and we're still, we got the smile on, we're getting up, we're getting dressed. It's not like we're walking around running through the streets naked. That would cause attention. You'd get help a little faster. But what we have going on are the secrets that we refuse or are too afraid to speak out and get the light of day on. When secrets come to light, they lose their power. They lose their power. When secrets are spoken out loud, they begin to lose their power. And so I'm not trying to be, Debbie Downer or anything like that. But like I always say, I don't live in Disneyland. I'm looking at people. I mean, some of us need to be in Cirque du Soleil. Is that how you say it? Cirque du Soleil? Cirque du Soleil? Because the amount of backflips and splits and acrobatic contortions that we do to hide the secret. It takes a lot of energy to continue hiding secrets. And when people get close to asking questions, we push them away, and this just cycle continues. As adults, we understand how heavy and burdensome that can be. Our children, our young people, they don't have the resources to continue ducking and dodging and hiding. They simply give up. They simply get out of this thing called life. They opt out. And so I'm just asking you to look around. If anybody just said in their minds, well, I don't know anybody like that because I know all my people are not. I'm just asking you to please put on your listening ears and ask God to see and look through you. Ask him to be in your ears so that you can hear the pain that slips in one-liners every once in a while. When you look in people's eyes and there's no life in there. And because it was a smile, we just bypassed it and we didn't stop and we didn't check on that. We didn't ask. We took whatever was given and ran with it. Oh, you good? Okay, great. I'll catch you at lunch. And we go on with our life. And people all around us are dying on the vine. They are the walking dead. They are hurting. There's no life in their eyes. Yes, they're still at work. Yes, they're still at school. Some of them are on dean's lists and honor rolls and climbing the ladders And yet they are dying. And so you don't need a psychology degree. You don't need a whole lot of letters behind your name. We just have to be able to come up out of our world. Sometimes this is our world, and this is all we can see. Sometimes, every once in a while, we have to come outside, poke our head up, and look around. You don't even have to look very far. I promise you. You don't even have to look far. You just look around in your circle. Look in your children. Look in your spouse. Just because you're married does not mean that you are happily ever after. You can be very, very lonely right in a marriage. You can be surrounded by a huge family and feel desperately alone, as if no one understands and no one really listens to you. It is a responsibility that we have. If God has allowed us to be in the circle of people, thank you, Doug, we've got to be sensitive enough to look the words and the joke. Watch out for all that laughter all the time. Watch out for no emotion all the time. We have a responsibility. I believe God trusts us enough not to continue being blind and deaf when he places people in our lives. We have a responsibility. And again, you don't need a psychology degree. No. Do you have listening ears? Do you have eyes that will look beyond the surface? We have a role to play in this. Our babies, they are hurting themselves. We have young children, and it's not just children. We have people in our lives that are seriously contemplating throwing in the towel of life and giving up because it doesn't feel like it's worth it to continue the struggle. The pain feels so deep and so intense for them. They really believe as if no one understands. To them, it feels like no one else is going through this. No one could understand. It's not happening to other people. Other people have people who love them. Other people have people who listen to them. Other people who have people who support them. And they honestly believe they're not in that category. And yet they're surrounded by people. They're surrounded by people. And so I'm just asking you just to be there. If you're already surrounded by people, I know you do, Doug. If you're surrounded by people, come up out of your bubble. Come off your ladder that you're climbing to success. Success without being significant means nothing. It means nothing. It falls into the negative range. If all you're doing is accumulating this stuff and you can check off all these blocks, but you're not making a difference in lives, there's no significance. They are looking for ways to escape. And again, I'm not saying that you have to be a psychiatrist, psychologist, or you got to be a counselor. I'm not saying that. None of that is true. Do you have listening ears? Can you look and see what they're not trying to show you? They're hiding it. They're hiding it. And the older they get, if they continue on this journey, they're going to get more adept at hiding it, and it becomes harder to find. It becomes harder to see. So the sooner we can start listening, the sooner we can, reach out and help those who, again, God has allowed them to be placed in our circle. I believe He trusts us enough that we will listen, that we will question and question and question. You stop right here. Sometimes the truth is 3 layers below. And if you stop at the surface, you miss it. And that allows them to feel again. I knew she didn't care. I knew he was just talking a good game. He don't care. So question. Stop stopping so soon. And some of that is because we know there's pain and we don't want to dig that stuff up in us. I think we are missing out on the responsibility to be significant in someone's life. Okay? That's not fair. That's not fair. Okay, so my challenge to you today, to those who are listening, to those who will listen later, to those who you'll share this with, is to be there for someone. Start listening. Hey, Leonard. Start watching. Start asking the questions. Okay, don't stop at the surface level. Okay, and until next time, take real good care of yourselves and those around you.